So, what happens when you actually achieve a goal or a life goal? Many of us spend so much time and effort focusing on that carrot that's out there, that big life goal. But eventually, most of us end up achieving that goal. So, the question is, what happens when you achieve it and what next? So, first of all, if COVID has taught us anything, frickin' celebrate. Open that special bottle of wine, uh, go on that big dinner, do something that really makes you happy and celebrate it. Clarence Clemens used to say, who a saxophonist for Bruce Springsteen in the street band, he used to always say when he said goodbye to his best friend, order the expensive wine. And I think that speaks to what happens when you achieve your goal. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't let that expensive wine sit on the shelf for some other future date that may not happen. Enjoy the moment. Next, be grateful. Not everyone does have the ability to achieve their life goals. And when you do, be grateful, be mindful, live in the moment, and appreciate the fact that you've actually accomplished something that's quite fantastic. Which leads to the next point, which is be proud. Too much of our lives are for most of us are spent being humble and not bragging. And I'm not suggesting you go out and brag, but be proud. I mean, that's a hard thing to do. And that took a lot of work. It's the old iceberg and under the water versus what's on top, or the analogy everyone makes about the duck who looks calm on top, but there's so much going on underneath. Well, that's what happened to you to accomplish the goal. You did a lot of hard work. You did a lot of effort to get there. And so feel proud about it. There's nothing wrong or ashamed in being proud. So now what? What's next? So I divide this into two types of people. There are people who are ready for that next goal, and there are people who just they've done it, they've achieved their goal, they're happy as a clam, and candidly, I envy those people. So for those people, great. You've made it. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Be proud and be grateful. For the other half, now we're talking about what's next. And I think this is divided into two types of things. There's people who always need that next thing to push them, to get them out of bed. And so they could be small little mini goals. Run an extra mile, lose another pound, uh, whatever. And then there's the other half of people, which is there are people who now feel confident that their goals are accomplished, that they can take on a big, even more grandiose goal, something that was inconceivable at one point in time. And so for those people, knowing that this is taken care of, or they're in a, they paid for college and they're prepared to retire, they can go take a big career shift or start a business or do something that is really something that was out of the realm of possibility in their mind many years ago. So I look at it in that spectrum. Next, I suggest that people make priorities and make sure that they're in order. Because what happens is now that you've accomplished these goals, it's time to make sure that, okay, all your focus isn't on just goals. Are you spending time with the people you love? Are you giving back to your community? Are you living your ideal life now that your goals are accomplished? Or are you so driven by goals that you kind of can't see the forest through the trees? And so I'm a big fan of taking stock at this point in your life and understanding and prioritizing what's next for you. And I think a lot of enlightenment and empowerment comes with that process. And the final thing that I'm a big fan of, heck, I took a career in it, is if you've achieved that life goal and you're looking for something to do, maybe help someone else achieve their goal. A friend, a family member, someone random through a charitable organization. You have a resource, you've accomplished something that's, again, should be celebrated, should be grateful for, and you should be proud of. You also have learned a lot in that journey that you can pass and bestow upon others. So I suggest that if you're looking for another passion, help someone else achieve their goals, Because let me tell you, for someone that spends a career in it, there's nothing more rewarding. So there it is. I have some other thoughts happy to share with you someday. But for now, that's what happens when you achieve your goals. And if you have, I'm proud of you and I'm grateful that you're watching. As always, I'm Andrew Rosen, president of Diversified. Stay wealthy, stay healthy, and stay happy.